Welcome to Kgadi on Strategy, a podcast for startup business owners. In building our previous episode on deciding on your business guiding principles, which are your organizational values, today we'll continue with the strategic planning series and we are focusing on how to set performance targets for your business. We're going to unpack what objectives are, the importance of having objectives in business, and how to go about setting objectives for a business. Let's get started. Objectives are an organization's performance targets. These are the specific results your company management wants to achieve. These are the results that you as a business owner wants to achieve. They reflect the management's aspirations for company performance in light of the industry's prevailing economic and competitive conditions and the company's internal capabilities. Meaning, you don't just set objectives in isolation. You have to consider the market conditions, both the external and internal market environment. You cannot have a target that talks about ice cream making 60% of the overall revenue in winter. It has to make sense. The importance of setting targets for your business goes back to this. If you don't know where you're going, you will never get there, or rather never know when you have arrived. Without targets, you're setting yourself for mediocre performance because there's no yardstick that you use to measure progress. And you have no right to tell your employees that they are not performing because no one gave them targets. There are top 3 reasons objectives are important. 1. They focus organizational attention and align actions throughout the organization. 2. They serve as yardsticks for tracking a company's performance and progress. And 3. They motivate employees to expend greater effort and perform at a higher level. There are 2 distinct types of performance targets, of which you must always include. Those relating to performance, financial performance, and those relating to strategic performance. So we have financial objectives and strategic objectives. Financial objectives communicate management's goals for financial performance, and strategic objectives are goals concerning a company's marketing standing and competitive position. A company's set of financial strategic objectives should include both near-term and longer-term performance targets. Short-term, often quarterly or annual objectives, focus attention on delivering performance improvement in the current period and satisfy shareholder expectations for near-term progress. And whereas the longer-term targets, which are often 3 to 5 years, force managers to consider what to do now to put the company in position to perform better later. Long-term objectives are critical for achieving optimal long-term performance and stand as a barrier to a near-sighted management philosophy and an undue focus on short-term results. And examples of financial objectives. 1. You can have an objective, you can have a target of having an X% increase in annual revenues, having an X% return on capital employed or return on shareholders' equity, or a target could be internal cash flow of X amount of rents to fund new capital investment. So the financial objectives have everything to do with your finances. When it comes to strategic objectives, here are the examples. It could be a target to achieve lower overall costs than rivals, your competitors. It could be having stronger national or global sales and distribution capabilities than rivals. It could be having a broader or deeper technological capabilities than rivals. So these are some of the objectives, some of the targets that are in your strategic performance targets. The reason why when we develop a business strategy we include objectives is because they help us with the how. When the what is clear, the how is easy to derive. When At our company, how business owners and executives formulate their business strategies, we include a performance evaluation schedule, which now as key performance indicators, the KPIs, to the business objectives. Simply put, how will we know we are winning? If you have a target, you have to know when you are winning and when you're not winning. And we use the KPIs to benchmark the set performance targets with the actual results. And that helps us in evaluating what worked and what didn't work. Without clear objectives, you can get away with murder. And unfortunately, in this context, is your business that would be dead. I hope you got the context when it comes to setting performance targets for your business. I'm repeating, it is very vital that as a business owner, you have targets. You have to know what is that you want to achieve. You can't just be business as usual. You can't just take it as it comes. You have to know when it comes to from a financial perspective, what is your goal? What is that thing that you want to achieve? Do you perhaps want to now increase your sales value, your sales volume? You need to have such, because when you have targets now, it also informs the day-to-day operation, day-to-day activities. Apart from the finance part of the business, finance perspectives when it comes to setting targets, you also need to have strategic objectives which have to do with your operations. How do you now deliver better? It could be delivering saving costs when it comes to deliveries, making our processes, consulting processes efficient or simple or easy. Anything that is strategic that can now help you to have a seamless operations. It could be now integrating technology in your business. What are your targets? Remember the importance of having targets. We gave 3 top reasons. When you have a target as a business, they help you have a focus. You're going to have focus because you know what is that you're working towards. And then now your actions are aligned through the organization. If you have employees, meaning your employees won't be slagging behind. You and your employees will be on the same place, on the same page. And also, having targets also serve as a yardstick. They help you benchmark results. They help you have this standard that you live up to. And also having targets motivates your employees. And even if you don't have employees, it's going to motivate you because you have something that you're working towards. So I implore you to have targets, have goals to work towards. That's what will excite you. That's what will push you forward. Like I said, if you don't know where you're going, how will you know when we've got there, when you've arrived? It is important. So now we are at the peak of a strategic planning series. So for the next 3 episodes, we will focus on market analysis and then end with strategy execution. It is important for you to understand the market environment that your business is operating in so that you can position yourself in a way that your competitive advantage is protected and your position in the market is defended, and hence the market analysis part of strategic planning. So we will start with the external environment focused on the perceived and competition analysis, and then followed by the SWOT analysis, which compares the strength of your internal resources with the strength of the external forces that pose threat to the success of your business. Stay tuned.